Thought we would have the two brain trusts come up together to talk so I can hear what DJ has to say. We very pleased that we were able to come back and play as hard as we did and as productive as we did against Wyoming. That's what I thought would happen, and it did. Now we're preparing to go to maybe the hottest team in the league in Colorado State. I would say the most improved team from a year ago, and that's legitimate. They are very, very good offensively. They're a hard guard like us. They can score in a lot of spots. Right now, Ogidi is playing as good as any big man in our league, and they don't stop with him. So this will be a test for us. This will be the first time in my 12 years that I've gone into their arena with it full. If you haven't, take a look at their BYU game and see how many people were there. We're going to have the same thing when we come into town on Wednesday. So we're looking forward to it. Big game for both teams. We are tied, as everybody knows, with BYU, and Colorado State is one game behind us. So they're thinking not just play a game, they're thinking win the conference. And so are we. So it should be a really good game with two good teams playing. Any questions for DJ?
DJ, you just heard Coach. What's your action? What's your mindset going into this game?
I know it's going to be a hard-fought game. I watched the game against BYU. They had multiple chances to win that game. The crowd they were sold out that game. We expect it to be the same. Like Coach said, they have a lot of pieces, they can score in multiple ways, and they're just a very good team.
Can you parlay your experience up at BYU into how you handle this game here?
Repeat that?
Well, the experience that you had playing BYU up at Provo, altitude, all the things that went on, the students, all that kind of stuff. You came out on the short end. How are you maybe better prepared to go against CSU this week?
The loss against BYU, it was hard, to accept that, that loss. And but like Coach said, we fought back hard against Wyoming. We just learned from it, and going on the road, we know that we just have to be that much better on the mental part. With not getting frustrated and just sticking together.
DJ, talk about your fans, I guess, here for home games now. I guess they were waiting outside to get tickets, 4 or 5 in the morning, camping out, lines down the street a mile long. What's that mean to you guys?
We all appreciate it. The fans are a big part of this program of helping this team get wins at home. Just knowing that they're out there early in the morning just to come and see a game. It's a great feeling. We appreciate them, and I think they know that. After every game we go over and we slap hands with them. We say thank you for coming out, and they're a big part of the school.
I will piggyback DJ's comment on our fans. I had another phone call this morning saying that the line was longer and deeper than last week in preparation for TCU home on Saturday. And we didn't used to have that. We were not a team that when others would come in here, they did not expect a full house. Now we do and they do. And it's a huge home court advantage. Our fans know that. And once again, we cannot express more deeply our gratitude and appreciation for first our students, but not just our students, for wanting to be here to be part of the event. But our students who are lining up that early in the morning to get tickets to come to the game, that makes all of us feel good.
DJ, number 6 and number 7 are the rankings now for you guys. I know in the beginning of the season, the rankings were a big deal and stuff. Do you guys care about that at all anymore?
No, it's just kind of like a fun fact. It is what it is. But we just have to focus on the now. The rankings and stuff. It's it's all fun. It's something nice, and we do like it, enjoy it. But the key thing is just winning ball games.
Does it bother you at all that you fell 3, and Duke loses to St. John's by double digits, and they only fall 2, and they're ahead of you. Does that East Coast bias kind of bother you?
We just kind of laugh about it. Earlier in the season, if we lost, we would have thought that we would have, made a dramatic jump. But it is what it is. But nothing you can do about it.
I think the number one thing we could do is win. If we win, we won't drop, and that's our goal, is to win. And, we did not win last Wednesday, and we dropped 2 spots in one and 3 in another. A lot of teams lost over the weekend. So everybody looks at it. Everybody, and that's nice. It's nice that we can look at it because we know we're going to be there. Always before, we looked at those others to see if we could appear in the others, and now we're looking at ourselves as one of the group in the rankings, and that feels good.
DJ, with the way that you guys won on Saturday, how much of that was channeling that bad feeling of the loss at BYU?
A lot of it was, that loss. Like I said before, it was a self-check for this team, and we knew we were going to be tested on Saturday, and we all pulled together. Coach did a great job with getting us focused on the next game, not dwelling on the past. And the anger and the feeling of that loss, we channeled it all towards Wyoming, and I think they knew that.
How nice was it for you to be able to get those extra minutes on the bench and watch the bench out on the floor do their thing and get rewarded for all their hard work that they put in at practice?
Oh, it was fun. I enjoyed seeing some players who didn't get a chance to play that many minutes, get out there and play. LB came in and did a great job. Running the point guard position, Alec and Jamal and Mehdi, they all did well, and it was just nice to see my teammates get out there and get a chance to show people what they can do.
I think again along that same line, for me, when I went back and watched the tape of the game, it was wonderful to see our starters, guys that are not used to being on the bench for long periods of time, on the bench up cheering for their teammates. And in particular, Billy White, who played a total of 15 minutes. And he maybe had our first 8 points and was having a wonderful offensive game. He played a total of 15 minutes, but nobody was happier for the guys who were playing than Billy, and took more enjoyment into cheering for the others. And I think that's important that we be able to do that. You should do that, but it doesn't always happen. And I think that's helped us be successful.
DJ, as you hit now the final game of the first leg of conference play, how much do you think the team has gotten used to or adjusted to the nature of taking the best shot possible in terms of each one of your opponents is now gearing up for you as a special game as opposed to 1 of 16 or 2 of 16 conference games? Do you think that from the course of this first leg to the end of it, you guys have seen an adjustment in that way?
Teams have tried different ways to defend us, and we've known that from zones to matchup zones to doubling down the post, and every team has their niche and stuff like that, and we have gotten used to teams coming out from the start and giving us their best shot. But I think as league goes on, the level of play is just going to rise with more at stake. People trying to get into the tournament and play postseason. So I think we've got a lot of teams, big shots, but it's just going to get that much more difficult in the home stretch.
Your point's well taken, though. We talked to our team. We are no longer just another game. We're a game that they star. And they're not going to say, well, we got so-and-so to play on Saturday, so we better make sure subconsciously that we're ready for Saturday. And that's good. That means you're doing something to have people talk about you in that fashion. And I do know that Wednesday's game, not just because it's us, but because what Colorado State has done and continues to do, what they did, they've got 2 huge road game victories. They won most recently at Utah and played terrific doing it. They won earlier at Vegas and controlled the whole pace of the game and were sensational in that game. So we're going to go in, and our players know it, and we will continue to emphasize it. We're playing a team that they're saying we're going to win the conference. And in order to do that, we have to win on Wednesday and at home. So we will not only get their best shot because we're one loss and rated, but because they have high expectations also.
Building on that, Coach, how much respect do you have for Coach Miles? Obviously, just a handful of years ago, he was in a situation very much like yourself, coming into a team basically winless in the Mountain West Conference, and now to see where he's been able to take it in just a couple of years.
Tim Miles is a media delight because he comes up with great one-liners. I think he lies awake at night thinking what he wants to tell you guys that nobody else can think about saying. Those are not all off the cuff. I know that for a fact. He's done a great job. He's done a great job, and he had a resume. It wasn't Major Division I before he got there, but he has a resume of winning. And he's changed the concept and culture and perception of those players in the community now, of terms of what to expect. Done a really good job.